Hello world, hello happy campers. It's me on my second walk of the day for my 75 hard. Done one this morning, more of a nature walk, and doing this one now, going down the alleyway. The weather seems a bit temperamental. I brought my trusty brolly with me, thinking that I might get a downpour and a cloudburst, but so far the good Lord has blessed me and kept the rain away. And I feel like overdressed as well. Got so many layers on and thermals on, expecting it to be cold. But yes, it's nice. It's a nice temperature. It's a nice walking temperature. So, yeah, funny thing was that it's taken me so long to sort of pick up my phone and make a video. But today, I'm sort of come out deliberately also to make it. I sort of really looking forward to it, and it's sort of drawing me in closer, which is very positive. And that moment there, when I thought about it, it felt good. It made my heart sing, made me smile, and made me realise that what I'm doing is of great benefit to me as a healing tool, if anything else, and that all knowledge should be shared and passed on. So hopefully all the things I've learned along the way, which I rant and rave and talk about and express, sometimes articulate not very well and sometimes better than others, so that somebody can learn from me rather than picking up a book or reading something. I just feel like through this medium, when you're actually speaking and people can see you, it seems to, well, for me anyway, it goes into my noggin a lot better. And I retain it a lot better and enjoy it. So the dream is, I suppose, one day is to have a podcast as well, where can sort of bounce off somebody else, and more of a two-way conversation than rather just me doing like this talking head sort of thing in a minute. But everybody's really got to start from somewhere, and I'm glad that I've taken the initial step and started. Yes, I think I've lost my track there a little bit. I think I'm rambling on there a bit and I don't even know our subject. So maybe I need to sit down and get some sort of structure onto these things. At the moment, I'm just sort of pouring everything out as it comes, freestyling it, rather than any structure, any thoughts in it. There's no editing, nothing fancy, just me having a stroll with my brolly today, my trusty brolly, and having a chat with myself more than anything else, which funny, today's also, as I'm looking forward to it, maybe I'm too excited. I seem to be getting a bit more tongue-tied and losing my place or my sort of train of thoughts, which I suppose is natural. Some days are going to be easier than others to talk and express yourself. Yeah, but it's the journey, I think, rather than trying to some sort of destination where I'm going, is enjoying. I really want to enjoy, and I am enjoying the person I'm slowly becoming, because that person I'm actually quite liking, and it's making me like myself again and fall in love with all the simple things in life, like this walk, like making a commitment to myself to improve things slowly but steadily, and discipline, because I feel that motivation is very fleeting, but if you've got the discipline, you do it no matter what. But you should do it because not with sometimes probably an end result in mind, but just to do it, that follow through on your word. So your word has got to mean something to you, because at the end of the day, the person you speak to the most is yourself through your thoughts, and usually sometimes not thoughts which are not very positive or enriching or adding anything, and generally thoughts which are sort of anxious, make you anxious, which make you depressed slowly, and overthinking things, because I think if you overthink things, you never do anything. And And it's very easy to look for the dark side and the black side in everything, because if that's what you're looking for, that's what you're truly going to find. And all the drama and the story that comes with that, which really doesn't serve. So ultimately, I suppose, is being a better person and working on yourself, because I guess you can never really get it wrong and you can never really get it done. So when you come from that premise, it should give you the confidence to continue, and then make you, I think I was reading somewhere or heard somewhere that it's not confidence, it's competence you need. Because if you have the competence in whatever subject you're talking about, whether you're learning, whatever you're doing, then the confidence naturally sort of follows on or flows on from that. We've seemed to have a lot of things backward and driven by our egos, which is sort of very fragile and very sort of protective over us, and won't let us think anything other than that. So yeah, I guess doesn't matter what colour you are, what creed you are, whatever you associate with, that the ego is a thing which keeps us either in the present, in the past, but clearly the power, the true power, seems to be now in the present. So if you can remain in the present, and it helps you sort of clarify your thoughts and even express yourself. Sometimes when I'm speaking, my mouth, well, I can't seem to keep up with what my brain is doing. My brain is going too quick or processing too many things. So I'm having to take a deep breath and just slow down and sort of have a mini reset and not think about too many things at one thing. Yeah. My middle son is looking forward to his first birthday party at his new school. The whole class will be invited. He's really excited about going there and meeting his friend, which is really, really good. But he's tired anyway. Since they've moved up to the next school, they really do work them. So it's less about play, more about learning, more about everything sort of changed. Reading, learning, and generally just hope and pray that he's more of an all-round person, just not academically or intelligent or gifted, but knows how to treat people, knows how to speak, and all the other values and things which are important for life and to contribute to society, rather than just mere intelligence. So wisdom, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say here, is the most important thing, because if you have that and the desire to learn, a positive attitude, and look at everything as being a lesson, and you slowly, as you get to my grand old age, realise that failure really is very much a part of success, and failure is feedback. So that's when you sort of truly learn and grow and develop and see things through a completely different lens. Because it's easy to be happy, it's easy to be joyous, it's easier when things are going well and everything's successful. It's when the shit hits the fan, the bottom falls out your world, that's when you find out who you are and what you're truly made of and what you're carrying. That is when you're stretched, and that is when you truly grow, because you have no choice. You have to become a different person. So you either wallow in it, like that victim mentality, which is sort of really now even encouraged, rather than take responsibility. Responsibility seems to be a dirty word sort of for yourself, but that's again when the magic happens, when you take true responsibility for your life and don't blame other people or other things or other circumstances. It's funny how all the things in life, what you think you should be doing the opposite, and reframing things to have power over things rather than them having power over you. And a great thing which I learned is that in life, if there's anything in life, whether it be material things, whether it be people, whether it be relationships, whether it be addictions, which you can't walk away from, have mastered you and they own you. But The opposite is also true. So anything you can walk away from easily and not have any true attachment to it, you've mastered that, which then gives you the freedom, the space, and to truly be, and realize that's the hurdle that you've overcome. And what it does do also is makes it easier for the next hurdle, because you've already got that in the bank, and you realize you made deposit there, and that if you've done it that time with that thing, that you can carry on doing it again. So basically it's the same bullshit but different, and a massive learning curve for everybody. And to be kind to yourself, not to give up on yourself, to be kind, not to punish yourself, because we are going to get things wrong, and we do make mistakes, and I've made plenty of mistakes, got plenty of things wrong, and I'll probably carry on to do plenty more. And that's when I will grow even further. At this moment in time in my life, I'm growing immensely anyway. And it's funny, it's sort of like trying to integrate everything. So I've got all these new mini lessons, all these different things which I've learned along the way, and sort of making it whole, bringing everything together. I feel like all the pieces of puzzle are there, but it's not quite come together. And sort of just thinking there off the cuff, I suppose the true test, or the acid test, is that you see some of the pieces of puzzle there, but you can see the puzzle before the other pieces come in and get formed. And that, I guess, is the road less travelled, which is the road which all the magic and true happiness and everything's going to come, rather than the following the road, the safe road, the safe choice that everybody else has gone through, which is very visible. So what I'm trying to say is probably the road you need to choose is the invisible one, but it should be the one that makes you feel curious, gets your curiosity up, and the one that you're sort of drawn to for other reasons, probably a feeling or a hankering or a desire, not necessarily something that you could sort of put into words or articulate or verbalize, because things like that, which are not yet discovered, haven't really got words for them. You could probably use words later on once you know, but that is the whole process of it. So leading on from that, I guess what I'm trying to say is that we are all teachers and students to each other, and we're learning from each other all the time, and we're passing on our lessons to people all the time as well. And it's sort of evergreen, and you never stop that process, but embrace that process, enjoy that process, trust more and surrender more to that process, because that process and thoughts and everything has brought you to this place in your life. And the good, the bad and the ugly truly make you the person you are now. And it's certainly not going to sort of throw you under the bus now or let you down, because this force, whatever it is, whatever label you want to put on it, it's such a loaded word. I just call it the all, or the creator, rather than God, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, consciousness, Mother Earth, whatever label you put on it. I think that's when the problems start, through religion and through different things, because it creates a division. And it shouldn't be a division, and it should be more of a feeling, and what your thoughts, and yeah, innately we all have a built-in guidance system, I believe. So we don't need to be told what's right and what's wrong. If something feels wrong, it's wrong. If something feels right and it feels good, it's right. So if something feels bad, it's wrong, and it's not going to do any good in the long term. Short term, it might do you good. You might get some benefit from the rest of it, but ultimately it will sort of poison everything else and destroy what you're trying to do. But that is, I guess, the human condition, and we're all trying to look for answers sometimes. Maybe there is no answers. Maybe it is just we sort of carry on and learn and be better people, and try along the way, enjoy it and embrace it. And truth with yourself is going to be the most, the hardest pill to swallow, because nobody wants to do that. And that's where the power is, and that's where the magic happens, and that's where you're going to be, I believe, at your happiest and you're most fulfilled, not through things but from the person. So it's all the intangibles and skills, which then from that, for a better word, the fruits of the spirit, which you need to practice to become a better person and keep on that path, because it's a very, very narrow path, the path that you should really be on, rather than the path which is very busy and got everybody else on it. And there's nothing there to be learned or propel you forward in any way, or make you think, or make you curious. Which, yeah, I think I've had a good old rant and a rave today. I've gone off piste, as they say, talked about quite a few different things, but ultimately it's just me talking to me, trying to make sense of this mad, crazy world and this mad, crazy journey, which is we're all battling with and struggle with it at some time in our lives, if not a lot in our lives. So yeah, it's thank God for this phone, because I'm out, and I've seen a lot of people, because I'm out later today in the afternoon, are watching me and staring over because they think I'm completely bonkers and talking to myself. But since people can talk on phones now, if they're on louder, it sort of gives me the grace not to be too self-conscious, and it just seems to be such a normal occurrence these days. And I guess one of my pet hates is when you see people in public who have got their phone on loudspeaker so everybody can hear both conversations, which is total nonsense. And I don't feel why you need to do that unless you're tone deaf, as they say, and that's observing. So if that's the case, forgive me, because I don't want to offend you, but most of the sort of times. Also, I feel like you go into shops now and people have got a phone or wherever in public against their ear. It's just really a barrier. It's saying, like, sort of piss off, leave me alone, I don't want to talk to you, or don't disturb me. So yeah, it's a bit of what they say, a conundrum, isn't it? Crazy. Look, I normally do about 10 minutes. I've gone up 12, and now I'm heading on for nearly 18 minutes. I'll see if I can sort of rant and rave a bit more and get this up to 20. Because listening to a podcast yesterday, I believe they were saying that the whole of YouTube is changing, and it seems to be changing all the time, and it's favouring more long-term content rather than shorts and short form. And I never sort of knew what long form content means, and they said it is the magic number at the moment is 20. So 20 seems sort of achievable, because I was under the impression it was something like 40 or 45 minutes. 20 doesn't seem too bad, and people are quite happy, or your audience or your potential audience are quite happy to sit down and invest 20 minutes. And one of the main reasons for that was people are watching these streaming services, YouTube and the other social media, on big TVs rather than on their small phones or iPads, etc. So if they made the commitment to sit down in front of a big TV and find you, or whatever program it is, or whatever thing that resonates with them, that they are more invested and are going to last about 20 minutes. They're not just going to sort of scroll through it, because it's on a bigger screen. You've got to find the remote control, you've got to speak to it and all the rest of it, whereas on a phone you can just scroll. So that's all positive, that it's going that way, and serves the BBC right and all the rest of it, because they've been spanking people recently, and the fee they charge, and all the old people they charge for licenses and all the rest of it is all just as they say, fugazi, which is just money for old rope and money for the boys and money for Auntie BBC. And really, what do you get for that? Just a load of repeats, especially at Christmas and all the rest of it. Don't really tend to make a lot of things, and people are not sort of watching the terrestrial channels, because I suppose they're paradox of choice. There's too much choice now that you can just keep flicking through, and what I end up doing is settling on repeats, which I watched over and over again, because in this day and age, there's something where a lot of things are uncertain. There's something about familiarity, sitting down with things that you know, and that you've seen before, and they sort of warm the cockles of your heart, and they give you hope, and they give you promise, and you know what's coming, rather than getting invested in, say, a new series or a Netflix thing and realise that it's crap. It's not what it said on the tin, that it's just sort of mass produced without any true storyline or actors and all the rest of it, and it's just about getting viewership and numbers, which they need to keep the adverts, to keep everything functioning, keep everything going. So wow, so I started off a bit rusty today, but I think I've ended up getting stronger and happier, and my 20 minutes are truly well and truly up. I'm nearly home, so I wish everybody good rest of the weekend. I believe that's how you say it, and God bless you all. Amen, amen, and amen.